Hello, everyone. I'm Vivian Stewart, one of your librarians, and the session today is entitled Locating Pharmacology Resources. Now, before I began this, I had to have a better understanding of what pharmacology actually was. So, the simplest definition that I found says that this is the study of how a drug affects a biological system and how the body responds to the drug. Now, because you're pharmacology students, you may have other definitions, but that was the one that was simplest for me to understand. Now, I want to show you how you can locate resources using the Southwest Infonet Library. You will start off by opening up the browser of your choice. Okay. From there, the address that I need you to go to is highlighted up top, which is www.southwest.tn.edu. Now, this is the URL address that brings you to the public website for the college. And depending on what type of device you're using, you possibly will see a blue banner across the top where library is the third option. Though if you're on a smaller device, you won't see the blue banner, but you will see three horizontal lines over to the right-hand side. And those three horizontal lines would allow you to access this menu. So at our home page, the first thing that you will see says, Welcome to the library. And I just want to take you through a very quick tour, okay? So this is a picture of the Bird Born Bloom location that's on our Macon Cove campus. We have a total of 5 locations. We also have the Just Parish location on the Union Avenue campus. We have the Gill Center, Maxine Smith Center, and also the Whitehaven Center locations. The majority of our resources are online, so as long as you have access to a computer, you possibly can access everything that you need because I am concentrating on online resources. But we still have print resources also. So if you would ever like to visit one of our locations to locate print resources, you have a The next item says SOAR. Now, SOAR is our acronym that stands for Southwest Online Academic Resources. And this is our discovery service that will allow you to search for articles, books, multimedia, and more. It gives you that Google experience of just going to one place and finding pretty much what you need. To the right, you'll see the option for live chat. There isn't a librarian online right now, but this may be very temporary because this is around the lunch period. But this is the quickest way for you to get a response from us. Your Southwest Library is providing you with our mission statement and what we're trying to accomplish. Featured resources just gives you a glimpse of some of the resources we have to offer. So if there's a title that looks interesting, simply click on the widget. It will identify if it's a print item and which location may have it. And you can request that items be sent from one location to the other because you don't have to do the traveling. We will gladly transport materials for you. And if it happens to be an electronic item, once it loads, you can actually start reading the items online. Under frequently visited links, I want to wrap up with Ask a Librarian, so I want to come back to this one. But we have over 200 databases. Now, the databases are paid subscriptions. That is a quick way for you to find information, scholarly type information. The course reserves page will allow you to search to see if we have any pharmacology textbooks that are being held, and these books can be used for a 2-hour period, or you can make copies from them. Now, faculty members provide us with copies of textbooks, so we are not aware if these are current editions or not. If you would like to make copies, the cost of copies is 10 cents per page. Online library classes register here will give you the schedule of sessions similar to my video, but these are live presentations where you will be able to ask questions and get responses back. Reserve a study room will allow you to book and use a study room for a 3-hour period. The study rooms will accommodate an individual or groups up to 5, and only the campus location has study rooms. There are various forms, some forms that you can use, forms for faculty to use, and then there are forms that allow us to gather feedback to make needed improvements. CyberCat is our classic online catalog, so if you have the title of an item, author's name, or subject, this is the quickest way for you to find out which location actually has that item. WorldCat, on the other hand, would not only allow you to search for resources that we have, but you can also find out if the item may be in a library in the city of Memphis, in another state, or internationally. You have report a problem over to the right-hand side where my mouse is right now. So if you experience any type of problems, if you simply report it here, we can take care of the problem in a timely manner and then report back to you. On the related links, I do want to go quickly to library services, selecting circulation services, and there are three things I think you need to be aware of. The first one is to check our procedure. Normally, we will ask you for either your college ID or your student ID, your student number. So this will allow you to be able to check materials out, whether you're taking something out to take it home or just use on site. We will need one of those two. But I need you to understand that it is still a campus policy that you need to have a college ID. So if you have not gotten one, we encourage you to take care of this. Under borrowing use agreements, we maintain partnerships with each of the schools that you see listed below. So as a Southwest student, you can visit these locations and their students can come here. Now, the reason why we maintain these partnerships is that we may not have everything that you need while you are a student. So if it will be more helpful for you to visit the Baptist Health Sciences University, this is a Category A school. They will allow you to borrow resources from their locations, okay? When it comes to using their computers, you just need to inquire because there may be some restrictions. When it comes to a Category B school, like University of Tennessee Health Sciences Library, now they will not allow you to borrow materials, but they will allow you to use resources on site. UT requires that you call before coming over, and we can provide you with that telephone number. We do not have any Category C schools at the moment. We do have Category D, and an example would be the University of Memphis Cecil C. Humphreys School of Law. None of the resources can be checked out. They have an online form on their website and they require that you complete this before coming over. So not only will they know to expect you, but also campus police. And in most cases, they will ask you to present your Southwest College ID. Last thing covers rules of conduct. Very simple that you have heard before. We ask that you monitor your noise level. So if someone is disturbing you, please let a staff member know. Do not bring in food or beverages. At our Boy Bloom location, we do have the Cyber Cafe. This is a designated place where you can go and then come back out into the library. Number 3 says do not misuse library property. We're only asking that you be respectful. Please don't put your feet up in the chairs, sit on the tables, write or tag on our property. And in between your classes, please don't come in and decide to lie down and take a nap. Number 4 asks that you place your cell phones on vibrate and long conversations are not allowed. This is not saying you can't use your cell phones. You can, but we need you to be mindful of the noise level and how that may affect others. Now you can revisit this page at any time. At this point, I'm simply going back to my previous page, and I just want to point out that you may find this off-campus page to be helpful. I'm back at our home page, and my next stop will be at our databases. Now, our databases will provide you with scholarly and authoritative type information. You will see how to access ebooks, multimedia items, journal, and magazine articles. The Southwest username and password will be required whenever you're working from home. And there are 2 approaches to finding resources. You can use this A to Z resource listing, which will give you a description of the different databases, or you can take the subject approach, which I kind of like. So you have an alphabetical listing of various topics. Depending on what type of information you're looking for, you expand, and not only do you find one title, but you find several titles that can be helpful. Now, you will not fully understand how to use our resources by watching this video. I encourage you to take some time after you watch this video to go back and try performing some of these searches on your own. So let's go to the category of electronic books. Under databases, these are our paid subscriptions. You have recommended websites. So these are websites that we have used. We consider them to be pretty good, so we bookmark them. And multimedia will either provide you with databases that deal with streaming media, or these are YouTube videos that we have created that fall within this subject area. My first stop would be ProQuest eBook Central, which has around 277,000 books. So let's see what we have for pharmacology. And simply copying this so I don't have to key it in again. Now this is just a simple keyword search. The word pharmacology appears in 13,315 books. Now if you wanted to narrow this number down, you may want to browse by subject, okay? But out of my listing, if I was interested in this particular book, which is Pharmacology by George M. Brenner, I am selecting the title. Next, I have a column that says book details, so I can see this is the third edition of the book. In the middle section, it lets me know that I could download chapters out of the book. It tells me how many pages I could print, how many pages I could copy from the book, and I have an option that says read online. Now, there was also an option to download the book for one day, which just means you're checking the book out. But that may not be necessary. As you can see, my table of contents appears to the left. I see the cover in the middle portion here. I have tools across the top that I can use, and some of the tools do require you to create an account. I can navigate through this book by using these navigational arrows, which is allowing me to move from right to left, or I can use my scroll bar, which is now moving me up and down from one page to the other. Now, just keep in mind that sometimes your textbook may be a bit too scholarly. So sometimes using other books which are similar will help you understand the subject matter a little bit better. The next place is Net Library. Now, this collection has around 299,000 books in it. Performing a basic search for pharmacology. I have 1,017 books. And let's say I'm interested in number 2, pharmacology, pre-test self-assessment and review. This is my title. I see the author's name, publishing information. This is the cover of the book. I select the title. The next page shows me different tools I have access to. I have a very brief description in the middle. I can download the table of contents. Under detailed record, there's an option that says PDF full text, or you have the full download, which means you would check the book out, and you must have an account set up for this. I'm selecting PDF full text, which is loading the book up. My table of contents should display over to the left-hand side, so I can go to a certain chapter. I have tools across the top. Once again, I have my scroll bar on the side. And then I have this navigational arrows, which is now going from left to right. The entire contents of the books are here. We normally have one copy of each book. So if you try to open up a book that someone else already has open, it will allow you to place the book on hold to be notified as soon as that book has been released. Closing this out. Lastly, we have this R2 library. And let me see, it's looking a little different than what it normally does. So let me quickly perform a search. Okay, when it comes to pharmacology, it says 1,132, but these results are actually coming from like certain chapters where the word pharmacology may actually appear, and then you could read those particular chapters. Now, what I am shocked about is that it did not start off by giving me this view, and I'm not sure why it did not start here. But when it says browse by discipline, there are 4 pharmacology books here. So this is my listing. If I wanted to view Pharmacology for Nurses, the second edition, I can select the title. As I scroll down, I see my table of contents is at the bottom that I can expand. And then these are different topics, so I could go to a certain topic. But if I wanted to view the entire book, it is available. I could just use these navigational options. As you can see, it shows me different images that I can enlarge. And just by simply selecting next, I can go through the entire book. So this is the R2 library. Okay, let's move on to a new category. Let's go to exams. And under exams for databases, I want to select prep step. This will allow you to find practice tests, tutorials, and ebooks. There is a tutorial that's here along with 2 flashcard decks. Okay. In order to use anything here, you will need to register, create a simple account, and that will allow you access to this and also kind of keeps up with your progress. Now we also have this Peterson Test and Career Prep, and I think there is one item here. So as it opens up, let me quickly perform a search to see. Nope, I was mistaken. I thought that it had something. Though you may find this may be helpful to you, I'm not sure. It's the DSST, Substance Abuse Exam Test. And it says that it does test topics such as pharmacological, yeah, I guess I'm pronouncing that right. Pharmacological principles like alcohol effects, drug classification. So you may find that to be helpful. You know more about what you need than I would. Okay, so let's close this out. Now, under recommended websites, there are some study aids that I think you will find very helpful. Cram is good. We have Quizlet, which lots of students are using now. Study Stack. Test preparation actually has a sample test there. Plus, you have Varsity Tutors. And then Khan Academy may have something that can help you understand the subject matter also. Moving now to medicine and health. Under databases, the first place I would like to go is to Davis's Drug Guide. So let's say that I want to find out information about a certain medication. Now, of course, remember earlier on, it talked about how the drugs affect the body, right? So I am selecting Ramipril. In some cases, you are provided with pictures. It has a pronunciation option, so you can easily learn how to properly pronounce these drugs. Over to the left-hand side, you can see it talks about the actions. It talks about the interactions, the adverse reactions, the type of information that you would need to know as a pharmacist about how drugs affect the body. Now, along with using the Davis's Drug Guide, I suggest that you use AHFS Consumer Medication. This is set up for any layperson to actually understand how their medication should work. You can use both of them to have a very great understanding. So I'm selecting Ramipril as I scroll down. Now you have the ability to listen to this, but it says, why is this medicine prescribed? How should this medication be used? Covering all the things over to the side. What special precautions should I follow? Um, what special dietary instructions should I follow? What side effects can this medicine cause? What should I do in case of an overdose? See, now you can use both of these and have a very thorough understanding of drug interactions. So this is the AH, let me go back. I don't want to pronounce it incorrect. AHFS Consumer Medication Information. Okay. Now, if by chance you're just looking for like articles that deal with pharmacology, well, I want you to see Health and Wellness Scale. And let's just perform a quick search, pharmacology. Now, this is providing you with information coming from different sources. So there are 81 reference books that can provide me with information. I have over 19,000 newspaper articles, over 15,000 magazine articles, over 3,000 academic journals, which are more scholarly. I have one video and then an audio. This will provide you with full text information, and all you have to do is simply scroll down, select the one that you like. Now, of course, you only see 3, but you have to click here, and then it will display all 81 of them. Closing this out, and let's just look at one more thing while we're here, because you see all of these are similar things that can give you information that can be very helpful. So I'm going to go down to this one, Nursing and Allied Health Premium. I like this one because it gives you a combination of videos and articles. So if you want to search through the video collection, you can. But let's just perform our search. 214,245 results when I search for pharmacology, just a basic keyword search. Now, if I limit it to full text, that brought it down to 170,000. Now, as you can see over to the side, if it found any video matches, well, then they will be listed here. So you have the principles of pharmacology that you can actually watch. And then these are full text articles that you can actually view. So let me just scroll down a little bit and I will actually select one. You have the ability to read and to listen to this, okay? Now, under multimedia, what you may find to be helpful is that we have this Films on Demand Nursing Video Collection. So let's perform a quick search to see what we have. And I really don't want to go beyond 30 minutes, so I need to start wrapping up. 931 results. The first one is entitled Drugs and Their Chemical Structure. So if I select the title, this is a segment that actually appeared in a longer video. So this segment is 3 minutes and 36 seconds long, but I can watch the entire video, which is 22 minutes long. Closed captioning is available. You have the ability to view this in full screen mode. These are different tools you have access to. I have a description along with other terms or tags you can go to. It suggests videos you can watch. These are the details, which this is a documentary. I see a listing of my segments. I can view the entire transcript if I want to. And if I select hide segments and transcripts, it does place it in theater mode for me. Now you can also go down to the category of multimedia. Under multimedia, you have 2 options. You can watch the Master Academic Collection or Academic Video Online Premiere. And we will perform a quick search. 321 results appear when I type in pharmacology. So you could just simply select an option and actually start viewing it by clicking on play. Okay, and if some of you are still taking or need refreshers with anatomy and physiology under science, we have atom. We also have visible body. And then under multimedia, some of these are YouTube videos that we found that seem to be pretty good. Plus, we have Miracle of the Human Body. We also have a YouTube video that we created on how to use the visible body. So now keep in mind that the only way for this to be helpful to you is that you need to spend some time actually going through watching some of the watching some of the videos and actually performing some of the searches. Some students also like looking for open educational resources. So we have a page that deals with OER resources. So if you want to go through this page, I suggest that the one that you concentrate on is the Open Education Resources Common. Okay. Going back, let me wrap up now with Ask a Librarian. These are the different ways that you can get assistance. One says need help, meet with the librarian. There are two options. You have the on-demand library support, something that we should be able to answer in about 5 minutes, where we will send you a link to Microsoft Teams. Now, when you select this option, you need to be ready because we're going to try to respond back very quickly. If you have not received a response within 5 minutes, then we ask that you give us a call because we may be away from our desk. If you would like to schedule something for later on, use the option for a research coach. On our home page, you saw the live chat option. These are our hours of operation. During the summer, we do not have Saturday hours. You could send us a text message using this number. No hours on Saturday during the summer. You could chat with us on our Facebook page. Our direct telephone numbers are provided here. We have librarians embedded in all of the online classes. So if you go to the class list, look for Ask a Librarian, post a question, and wait for a response. We don't use Baumgart as much now that we have Microsoft Teams, but this will allow us to actually see your screen. You have the email option that you can use, and then you also can use report a problem, and we will respond back to you. Okay, so I've covered everything and I've kept within my 30-minute time limit. I'm about to stop sharing my screen. So I do hope that this has been helpful. Keep in mind that if you have any questions, you can reach back out to me, Vivian Stewart, or use one of the options to contact the librarian. Thank you so much, and I hope you join me for another video soon. Have a great day.